Welcome guys to another episode of Eye of Terror, and we are back continuing with our Necromunda campaign. And tonight I have my two combatants, Darren on my left and Ian on my right. And his Goliath gang and his Escher gang are going to be butting heads in border dispute. We've already rolled this scenario. Ian got to pick it, and he wanted to try something different, so he wanted to go for border dispute. They've already rolled how many models they get to take into this match, or start, I should say, in the match. Darren rolled a, you get D3 plus 3 for deployment. Darren rolled a 6, so that becomes a 3, added 3 to it, so 6 models for him. And Ian rolled a 5, which is a 3, so he gets 6 models to start with as well. It's random crews to start with, and so that means that they had to randomly determine what guys are coming in for the match. Both of them, I think, did half well for the random determining who's starting for their guys. Both of them got their Juve in there, and then some other nice characters in support. Darren got all 3 of his grenade launchers on round 1. And
I got my leader in both champions.
Which is good.
I've got my shotgun in there and my chem thrower. So
the chem thrower is fantastic, by the way, and deadly dangerous.
I lost. The leader didn't come in? Oh, nope. At the moment?
At the moment. Yeah, so the basic scenario, I'm just going to pull out the lovely Gang War book here. The basic scenario is you set up a random deployment zone, which we already rolled off, and it's a basic line across the center of the board. And then you have the roll off at the beginning of the game. Whoever hits the highest or rolls the highest gets to pick side and deploys one random model within the center of the 1 inch of the center of the board. So they've already determined who's starting for that, and that is Buttercup for you.
It's going to be my brand new Juve.
Buttercup up against, was it Raditz?
Raditz, yeah.
Raditz, your grenade launching
guy. He's pretty tough.
He is pretty good. So each gang also gets a relic, is looking for a word for that they get to set up within their deployment edge, 4 inches away from a board edge. And if your enemy is in contact with your gang relic, they can spend 2 actions, or a double action, to defile it. So that's like wrecking it, putting their own symbol on it, stuff along those lines. And then what happens is, after that relic has been defiled, you have to start making bottle tests. But the bottle test isn't just a standard bottle test. You add 2 to it instead. Yeah, okay. Not good. So even if you don't have anybody wounded, you're still rolling your bottle test, but adding 2 to it. So the game ends if there's no fighters left on the board at the end of any round. If one gang doesn't have any fighters left on the board at the end of the round, and then you go into the rewards and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. There are reinforcements. So at the start of each end phase, each player rolls D3 and receives that many random fighters as reinforcements. So again, you don't know who's coming on, but they're coming on to come help you. So
also, tactics cards are different.
Oh yes, tactics cards. They also both get to draw random tactics cards, which we will have them do that here momentarily.
We start with none. So at the end, at the end of round 1, then we'll start drawing tactics cards.
That's right, because you get 1 per turn, basically. So let's show them the gangs, show you the board, and we'll get right into the match from there. Darren, all right. Why don't you walk us through your gang? This is his Goliaths gang, total Goliaths gang, I should say, coming into this match, correct?
Yeah, no, I'm down Thor.
Thor, so okay, pass me your Thor. So Thor is sitting out. He's back here. He is sitting out for this match. But then these guys are actually playable for this one. So these guys are what? Who, I should say. Not what. What? So that is...
Korok.
That's Korok there.
Yeah.
All right. And then
He's
we got
the champion that is going to start with us.
Okay. Up next.
Okay. And you got your Pukes.
Yep.
Who's completely useless. Arjack.
Yep.
All right. Radix, who's going to start toe-to-toe with Ian at the beginning.
Yeah, so that's going to be the model that starts in the center of the board. So he just has grenade launcher at this point in time.
That's right. And then we got a newcomer, No Nuts.
No Nuts. I love the name No Nuts. That is awesome.
Named him after the dog.
Yeah.
And Fen.
Okay, then coming in for reserves, you have 2 guys back here.
Okay, which would be Iron Jawz, my leader.
Which sucks for Darren, because he's fairly good to have in.
Yeah, okay.
And then...
and then the last is Fen.
Melbex.
Melbex,
yeah. And then again, Thor is sitting out this match for his other champion. So that is Darren's gang. So here we are with Ian's gang. Well, a portion of his gang. The ones that's starting on the board, the 6 models. Why don't you walk us through who you have starting on the board?
So in the back here is our leader, Rose Red.
Okay.
In front of her is one of the champions, that's Violet.
Okay.
And our other champion, Tulip.
Interesting.
Over here, the new Juve, that's Buttercup.
Who's about to butter her cup with a Goliath grenade launcher down her throat.
We'll see how that goes.
Yep.
Iris here with the shotgun, and good old Belladonna.
And then you have 4 models over here that are your reinforcements as well.
Yeah, have my other Juve, that's Daisy right there.
Okay.
And then we have Hyacinth,
Crystal,
Chrysanthemum,
that's
and Pansy.
Pansy. And so those models will be coming in as reinforcements later on through the match. So that is Ian's match or gang right there. Here we are with the board for today's match. Is 4x4 board, still using the Deep Cut Studios Urban Mat or Urban Wreckage Mat. I can't remember. So that yellow die is the center of the board, and you'll see other dice laid out in a line. So it's basically 12 inches deployment over here, all the way up to 36 inches on that side. So that is the line that we drew. So a bunch of buildings in the center and tall structures, and more scattered terrain that towards the outside of it. So we will come back with deployment next. So here we are with the deployment. So everybody's been deployed, same with the gang relic. So we have a gang relic over here for Darren and his Goliaths, and Ian has his all the way tucked back there. Inside those crates in a nice little kill zone. Deployment wise, Darren, you put Karok there?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Arjack's there. Raditz is in the center with Buttercup. No Nuts is deciding to go a little bit ballsy here. Pukes is over on that side right there, and Fen is down there, and I think that's for the Goliaths. I'll show you where Ian and his Eschers have deployed next. Deployment for Ian. He's deployed a female. Who is this?
That's Iris.
Iris has deployed like within an inch of the edge of the battlefield, or his deployment zone right there. Then back here, I think this is Violet.
That would be Violet, yes.
Violet back here. Obviously, like I said, Buttercup is up there. We have Belladonna. Rose Red, and who is that?
That's Tulip.
And Tulip, and that is Ian's starting gang on the board. So we'll come back with Ian's first activation next. Ian's first activation, just as a key thing, nobody, when you deployed, none of your gang members could be within 6 inches of each other. And only the people that were set up within the center of the board could be within 12 inches of the center of the board. So everybody else is sort of scattered around the fringes of this battle about to come in. So Ian's first activation, though, for the round is...
Rose Red is going to try and save Buttercup by aiming and shooting with the combi bolter at Raditz.
Alright, so Raditz is all the way over there. He is going to have partial cover. So he's going to give you a -1, but that +1 cancels it out. So we'll see if he gets it. Alright, so Ian needs a 3-up. Let's see if he gets it. It's a 1! Oh no! Oh no! And there's an ammo check there. What's the ammo on your gun there? Because you're using your bolter.
On the combi bolter, it is a 6-up.
Oh man. Oh man. And it's out of ammo. And you need to see if you hit Buttercup, because she's within an inch of that. So 1, 2, 3, you hit her. It's a 2, you hit her. Do you wound her? Needing 3s.
What a start!
That's a cock die. It's a wound. She gets no save. And damage 2. Alright.
Oh, it's 2.
Oh no, that's right. She is flesh wounded and pinned.
Whoa. Okay, let's just...
And she is flesh wounded down there. So she is face up and she is pinned. Darren, what are you going to do for your first activation?
Oh, I'm gonna run up to that poor girl lying on her back.
Put her out of her misery?
Yeah.
Alright. Let's see what happens. We'll see if he gets the charge in. So here's the charge distance. Darren gets D3 inches plus his speed. So that's 2 plus speed of 4. So that's 6 inches of movement. So he's going to move him into base contact with Buttercup there. And Buttercup gets to stand up because she is only pinned for free. And
it's my first day.
It's my first day and my last. Oh no. So because Darren charged, he gets a bonus attack, putting him up to 2 attacks. He has no melee weapons though. So what do you need to hit weapon skill wise? WS with Raditz. 4s. Alright.
Here we go.
Let's see what happens. He gets 1 hit, wounding on a 2. Let's see if he gets it. It's a wound. No save. So now you get your injury die roll. Let's see what happens. It's serious injury, which means she's taken out of action automatically. He steps on her throat. So Darren here gets to move Raditz 2 inches from taking out that girl. So he can move in any direction. Basically 1 inch because you're in difficult terrain at this point in time.
Okay.
But normally it would be 2. So
I'm just going to move 1 inch.
Alright, like so. And here's the lasting injury roll for Buttercup. Black is going to be the 10s, correct, Darren?
Yes, black is 10s. Here we go.
So it is 44. The doubles, you're rolling nothing but doubles.
That is a grievous injury, so she's going into recovery.
Oh no! Ian's next activation is going to be Iris over here. What are you going to do with her?
I'm going to double move.
Alright, we'll see where she ends up next. And Iris ends her double move all the way over here, hiding behind that barricade. Darren's next activation over here is going to be Karok, and what are you going to do with him?
We're going to do a double move.
Alright, let's see where he ends up. And he ends his movement right there like so. Ian's next activation over here.
Belladonna's going to activate and do a double move.
Alright, we'll see where she ends up. And Belladonna ends her movement over here like so. Come back with Darren's next go next. Darren's next activation is Mr. No Nuts here, and he's going to move, I think.
Yes.
We'll see where he goes next. No Nuts has decided to move there like so. And what's going to be your next activation for her? Or action for him?
He's going to take a shot.
He's going to take a shot. Who's he shooting at?
That was
Belladonna?
Yeah, that's right.
Belladonna all the way down there. She is in full cover because you can see her arm and shoulder and gun. That's about it. So, here we go for the roll. Let's see what happens. It's a 5, so nothing. It's a miss. I should have said it was a crack grenade. Correct, Darren? That's
that was the crack.
The crack. It was the crack. Ian's next activation is going to be Violet.
And she's going to do a double move.
A double move? Who knew? And she ends her movement over here like so. Are you retreating, Ian?
I'm just repositioning strategically.
Oh, that's what you call that. I see. You don't like the grenade launchers in your face.
Nah.
Yeah, and 3 of them on the board is kind of scary. We'll see what happens with Darren's next activation. Darren's next activation is over here. What are you going to do with him?
We are going to move our Jack a double move.
Double move with our Jack. We'll see where he ends up next. And he ends his movement all the way over here. Because he is a hobbled Goliath from a previous injury. What match was that from?
The first one?
The first one, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was up against the Gene Stealers, I'm pretty sure. Took out his leg. Oh, we'll see if he ever gets revenge.
Bite.
He got revenge. Tulip's going to be Ian's next activation. What are you doing with her?
I'm going to double move.
Double move? What?
Surprising.
That's a lot of movement that your ladies are doing.
They like to hustle.
They like to hustle. Hustle the hustlers? What?
They try.
And she ends her movement over here like so behind that barricade. Darren's next activation, oh my goodness, I almost didn't get that word out, is going to be Fen. What are you going to do with him, sir?
We're going to double move him.
Double move him. He's going to get relevant, hopefully. And Fen has moved all the way up over here behind the barricade. Are you trying to get him towards the center of the board? I'm curious. Yeah? Alright. We'll see what you do for your next activation next, because Ian doesn't have any more models on the board. Going back to Darren for his last activation of this round, you have Pukes. What are you going to do with him?
Double moving it.
Double moving it, trying to get him to a good position. We'll see where Darren puts him. And Pukes ends his movement behind cover up there. So we are going to go into the end phase next. Going into the end phase, we do have a couple of things that we have to deal with. One is the reinforcements that come in, as well as tactics cards, I believe.
It'll be the start of next round.
Oh, okay. So just the reinforcements for right now. So, Ian, you have priority this turn.
So we roll a d3 and get that many random fighters.
Alright, so how many fighters does Ian get coming in? Ian gets 1. Darren, roll a d3. How many fighters do you get coming in? You get both of yours. So that is good. So Ian drew his 1 random fighter, and it is Chrysanthemum, and he actually gets to deploy her on a board edge. How does reinforcements work? 1 to 2, you said?
So I have to roll a die.
Yep.
On a 1 or 2, Darren gets to choose the edge where I'm coming in.
Yep.
Otherwise, I choose anywhere on the battlefield edge.
Awesome. It's a 4, so Ian gets to choose where he deploys. So Chrysanthemum is set up within an inch. It doesn't say you have to be completely within an inch, it's just within an inch. So Ian just put her at that 1 inch mark away from that board edge, right behind Darren's gang relic. Scary! So now we go to Darren. He gets to place one of his models, and then we'd go back to Ian if he had another one, but because Ian doesn't, then we'll just do both of Darren. So who do you want to do first, Darren? Do you want to do Melbex, or do you want to do Iron Jawz
Here
first?
comes Melbex.
Melbex, roll a d6. Alright, you can place them anywhere you want on a board edge. And Melbex is set back up just outside of range of Ian's, gang relic back there. Now rolling for Iron Jawz, let's see what he gets. It's a 2. Ian gets to place him anywhere he wants. And Ian has decided to put said Iron Jawz over here, 1 inch basically from the corner. So we'll come back with a bottle test for Ian next. There's nothing else for the end phase. Ian can't fail his bottle test unless he's electing to choose to fail his bottle test.
I will not
And
fail.
he doesn't want to do that. Alright, so we'll go into the start phase next. Both Ian and Darren have drew their cards already. 1 random tactics card, and now we need to see who gets the drop on who.
Alright, Darren.
What color you got there?
He has a
Yellow.
yellow.
Okay.
Ooh, Ian has the drop. We'll see what Ian does for his first activation. Ian's first activation for this round is going to be Rose Red. What are you going to do with her?
She's going to move and take a shot.
Move and take a shot. Okay, so she's moving
5
5. Okay. Trying to protect her gang relic. Is that what you're trying to do?
That I am.
Uh-oh. So he's in no cover from you at this point in time, so I'm shooting.
Nope.
Assuming you're shooting at Melbex.
Yep.
What are you going to use?
I'm going to use my needle rifle,
Okay.
and I'm within 9 inches. I'm
Definitely.
fairly sure.
Oh, you are. You are. There's no doubt about that. Alright, so we'll see what happens. So needing 2s to hit, can he hit Melbex? He does. So now, Ian, because it's Toxin, you roll 2d6. Add that together. Okay, so 10. Darren, you need to roll a d6 and add your toughness to it. 2, so no. So that is a wound on Darren. So Darren gets a -1 to his save roll here, so you need a save of a 6, so nothing. Here's the wound roll. Let's see
And the
what
damage
happens.
on this is 1.
Oh.
Oh, wait, no, it's damage minus.
Should be 1.
So we're,
It's a flesh wound.
okay, so that
Alright, Darren, your activation is going to be what?
we're gonna have no nuts,
No nuts?
aim and shoot,
Okay.
and who's that again? There,
That's Belladonna.
Belladonna.
Alright, so he's going to aim and shoot. So what gun are you going to
We're
be
gonna
shooting
use
there?
the crack grenade.
Crack grenade with no nuts. Alright, we'll see what happens. Needing 5s now because he is aiming, so you get +1 to this roll.
Let's hope, because he hasn't, he missed already.
Yeah, well, he was in full cover,
And he
and you
missed
missed
again.
again. So that is that. Tulip over here is going to be Ian's next activation. What are you going to do with her?
She is going to move and go dual pistols blazing.
Twin guns a-blazing. Alright, we'll see where he moves to. So Tulip moves over there, definitely within 4 inches of Raditz, who's in the center. Twin guns a-blazing, up next. So this is the first time we've actually used the twin guns a-blazing rules, so you gotta use 1 gun at a time, or 1 pistol at a time. They have both pistols have a -1 to hit, and they have to target the same person. So
-1 and then +1, so it negates to a standard 3+.
ooh, is Tulip a ganger, or is she a champion?
She's a champion.
Woo-wee! Alright, 3+. First gun.
We called that cocked.
Can you put a die on that? Without it falling off?
Oh, I think you could, sure.
Yeah. So it's good, so that's a 4. So it hits.
That's 1 hit.
And that's 1 hit. So do you roll the wound, because you gotta go right through.
Okay.
So you need 5s to wound. It is a wound. You get a 6-up save, Darren. No save. Roll the wounds. Roll the wounds. Seriously injured. Boo. Second gun. It's a wound, or a hit, sorry, but you need an ammo roll, so roll your ammo roll.
3 up.
Okay. It's good. And then roll the wounds. It's another wound. You get a 6-up save. Nothing. Roll to see what happens. Seriously injured. Raditz is now in the center of the board, seriously injured. Darren's going to activate Pukes next. What are you going to do with him?
He's going to have to move ahead, because
Yep.
I don't think he's within 12, and then he's going to shoot.
Awesome, sounds good. And Pukes ends his move right there behind cover from Tulip? Is it Tulip?
That is Tulip.
Alright. Darren, what are you going to do with Pukes for his second action?
He's going to take a shot.
Tulip's back in the backside.
I just want to see how that turns out.
Absolutely. Darren needs 6s to hit here because Tulip does have partial cover. And it is a hit! It is a hit for a shot. Alright, roll the wound, sir. Roll the wound. Needing 4s to wound.
I think Tulip likes it. Oh!
That's a 5. That was a wound.
You want to
flat.
count that?
It's flat. It was a 5, so...
I was saying
unless you don't want to count. Unless you don't want to count.
It's up to Darren if he wants to do
it's
it.
gotta be in the dice
All right.
ring, man.
It's going to be in the dice ring.
Yep.
It's a 4. It's a wound anyways.
Alright.
You got a 6-up save.
Yep. Well, let's try that in the ring. We're having problems hitting a large target today.
It's a save. She is still pinned, but she did save that shot.
Yikes.
Ian, your next activation.
Violet is going to do a group activation with
Alright.
her and Belladonna.
Sounds good. Who are you going to do first?
Violet is going to go first and
Okay.
do a move and shoot at Melbox.
Alright, so let's see what happens. So she gets all the way over here with her movement, and then next up you're going to shoot into Melbex there. He's going to use the low setting to shoot into Melbex here. What are you going to need? You're in the open.
3.
Alright, you're going to need 3. Needing 3s to hit, let's see what happens. It's a 5. Oh, I almost saw that roll. Alright, so you need 3s
Strength
to wound.
5.
Let's see. It's a wound. What's the minus to the AP?
Oh, it's damage 2 as well.
Yes.
It's minus 1 AP.
Okay, so he gets no save because he is on the ground and doesn't have a front arc for the furnace plate. So 2 damage dice. Let's see if you can get him. Flesh wounded and seriously injured. Uh-oh. He flips over like so, and he's now seriously injured. And flesh wounded. Belladonna, what are you doing with her?
She's going to move.
Okay.
So back up here.
Behind cover there.
And she's going to drop some gas on our down friend here.
Oh, no. Alright. You didn't get your own girl in that, right? The way you angled it. Imagine that. Alright, so... Does he have a flesh wound on him? Or is he just seriously injured? Just seriously injured.
Yeah.
Alright. So needing 4s or higher for the gas weapon to go off. It is a wound. And then... Serious injury roll. He's seriously injured still. So no change. Darren's next activation over here is going to be Arjack. What are you going to do with him?
He's going to move around that cover and take a shot right there.
Alright, so we'll move first and then do the shot. Arjack moved up there like so, and you're going to shoot first? Are you going to... Probably the scatter shot one, the template that automatically hits? Yeah. Alright, so scatter shot up. We know it will be in range, so we'll have to see how many wounds it does. Darren, I'm hoping for a high roll here for you.
Big roll.
Almost like
Big
what happened
roll.
before the time elapsed.
Let's go for 1.
Yeah, before there was
Before stuff.
warp.
Yes.
And
6! Oh!
Worse than me.
Eating 5s to wounds
That's
with
a lot.
6 dice. Let's see how many you get. I see 2,
Oh, I see
3, 3 wounds. Oh! You get 3 6-up saves, Ian?
Get these out of the way.
Yeah, I
Let's
know.
hope for miracle dice. Nothing.
Yeah,
And
reroll
that's
that
an
ammo
ammo
die. Nothing.
Nothing.
Darren, you need to do an ammo die though. You forgot
do
to.
as well?
Yep, just to see what happens. So you don't need to roll an ammo check. Now you need to roll 3 injury dice to see what happens to Iris.
3, 1,
This
2.
could be good, bad, or otherwise.
3. Correct?
Let's see. Yep. Out of action. Iris is gone.
Ready?
Alright, I need one that's a separate color. So use a black for 10s column like we've been using. And then
Here we go.
Let's see what the lasting injury is for Iris.
I think I'm at double 5s now, aren't
Yeah, let's see if you get doubles again. 65! Oh no! I think she's critical injury,
That
dude.
is a critical injury.
Oh my goodness. Critical injury for Iris. She is out. Unless Ian can... well, buy her some medical attention. Chrysanthemum over here is going to move and probably take a shot at said grenade launcher up there, hoping to pin him. Because if not, she's going to be in the open or whatnot.
Come on, No Nut.
So she moves right behind there with slight partial cover, actually, from No Nut if he survives this. Okay, Chrysanthemum, you're going to shoot into No Nuts. It's a hit. That's good. Roll the wounds. It is not a wound. Darren, because you're within an inch of an edge, and you were just pinned from a shot, like so, you need to make an initiative test on him.
Make sure.
Initiative on
Would I
No
fall
Nut.
back that way, or would I fall against the wall?
You would fall down.
Okay.
It's not a knockback. It's a fall straight down because you were so close to the edge. Your initiative on No Nuts is 4+. So 4+, you're fine. It's a 1, so you're going to fall. We'll see how far he falls. So he falls 7 inches all the way down here to the ground below. So a 7-inch fall does a strength 5 hit, 1 damage, minus 1 AP. So needing 3s to wound. It is a 1, so nothing. He's just pinned and is all right. His next activation, you're going to be activating Melbeck's here.
Yes, he's going to crawl for his life.
All right, let's see how far he gets. And he ends his crawl right back there, like so. Darren's next activation over here is going to be Fen.
He's going to move and shoot.
Move and shoot. All right, we'll see where he moves and then shoots at. Fen ends his movement right there, facing off at Chrysanthemum back there, and is going to shoot her, correct?
Yes, please.
All right, what are you using?
The stub cannon.
All right. Needing 6s because Chrysanthemum is behind full cover from this angle, but might as well try something.
Let's see what happens.
It's a 5. So close. No cigar. Continuing on with the rest of Darren's activations because Ian is out. Raditz over here is going to activate.
Gonna crawl.
Alright, just moving his
Like that.
inch. Ending his crawl like so. Double moving with Iron Jawz over here to try to get him into some sort of better position. So he's going to be moving 8 inches straight across by the looks of it. Alright, like so. Darren's next activation, which is your last activation for this round, is Karok.
Yeah.
And what are you going to do with him?
Iron Jaw's got time. We're going to move. Double moving.
Alright, let's see where he ends up. Karok basically moves back to where he almost started the game, and is going back towards Chrysanthemum over there. Into the end phase, we start off with reinforcements at the start of the end phase, so you get D3. So you get 2, which is the rest of them? Oh, no.
No, I got 3 left.
Okay.
So I'm going to get Pansy,
Okay.
my other Jew, and I'm going to get... Oh, sorry, Pansy's the Ganger, and Daisy is the Jew.
Alright, well, what one do you want to set up first?
I'm going to go with Pansy first.
Okay, so roll a D6. 6, anywhere you want. So, Ian, you've set up Pansy there in hopes of...
Nice clear shot at this lad
Yeah,
here.
all the way over there. Sounds good. Daisy Duke. Sorry, just Daisy. I had to call her Daisy Duke. 3, anywhere you want. Daisy is feeling very, very confrontational back here, right behind Karok. We need to check bottle tests. Ian, you have 2 guys
I've got 2 fighters
down.
out.
And how many fighters do you have on the board now?
I
9?
have 9 out.
Alright, so you can't even fail. Darren, you have how many fighters here on the board at this point in time?
4, 8.
You have 7. 7, because Thor's out, right?
Yeah, but there's...
Oh, there's 5 over there. Okay, so 8, and you have 2 guys out, so you can't even fail your bottle test. So, you can choose to fail if you want.
Let me consider that for a moment.
Alright. Okay, so Darren is not choosing to bottle, but I do need you to make your recovery test. So who do you want to roll for first?
Who's first?
You got Melbeck's, and you have Raditz in the center. So you need an injury die.
Let's do Radix. He's the poor bastard
Okay,
in the
you
middle.
need an injury die.
Ooh, where are we there? Okay.
No, yeah. So this is for Raditz. He's still seriously injured. That's not good. And Melbeck's.
Malbex.
He's also still seriously injured. Oh no. Well, let's see who gets the drop here. Ian again. Oh no. And you also have to draw your tactics card. Over here, Ian's going to charge with Daisy into Karok.
Yep.
Alright, let's see how far her charge roll is. Charge roll up! She gets a whole whopping 3 inches on top of her movement of 6. Wowzers.
So she was walking right up.
So she charges in on Karok like so. Here we go, you have 2 attacks with your stiletto knife.
So it's a 4 up. And that's 2.
Ooh, doggy. Okay.
And that's a toxin weapon.
Okay, so you roll...
So do I roll the toxin twice?
You would do it twice.
Okay.
So first roll is 9, so you need to roll a d6. Ooh, 9, so he ties you. Second roll for toxin is 11. You can't beat that, so that is a wound on Karok. But he is
toxin again.
So Darren couldn't even roll higher than the 11 on the 2d6 rolls. And checking toxin, that means that the character goes out of action automatically. So Karok is out of action. You need to make an injury roll for him.
No, is he?
Lasting injury.
He's just out of action.
He's out of action, meaning he's removed from the game.
I stabbed you with poison.
Yeah. So now it's lasting injury roll, d6.
So black is the 10s.
56. We'll see what that is. So Karok is now enfeebled, getting a -1 to his toughness. So he's now toughness 3 instead of toughness 4. Fen down here is going to do what?
Aim and shoot at the juvie.
At the
Juve?
That's,
She's a ganger.
She's a ganger. Alright. She does have partial cover from you.
Mm-hmm.
So, you aim, that cancels that, so you need 4 to hit.
Throwing things away.
That's a hit. You're using your stub cannon, so there's no rapid fire or anything like that. You are knocked back an inch, though, towards the edge there. And then roll the wound
2d6,
as well.
it says.
Rolling to wound, needing 3s.
That's an injury.
Yep.
There you go.
Oh, on the
Keeping
dice
it
tray.
in.
It's a 2, so nothing. But she is pinned. Tulip over here. What are you doing with her?
She's going to spring up and charge.
Okay. So you need to make an initiative test, I think, for spring up.
Yes.
Here's the initiative test. See if she springs up or not. Wait, she does, because it's a 2 up. After the spring up, she's going to charge. So let's see how far she gets. She gets max distance of 11 inches total. So you definitely will have enough to get in there, I think. More than enough distance with that roll to get in there and take Raditz out of action. And just repositioning her 1 inch because she can't move the full 2 there. Needing a lasting injury check. Let's see what happens. Black is 10, so 21. I think it's just into recovery.
21 is out cold, misses the rest of the battle, but avoids any long-term injuries.
Wow, that's good. And you're going to activate No Nuts over here, who took the fall from the building up there. So he's going to stand up.
We'll see if he can.
Oh, he can.
You think so?
Oh, I think
don't
he
know.
can.
He seems pretty useless.
He has no nuts, of
from
course.
buildings.
Alright, so he stands up like so, and he's going to shoot into a partial covered chrysanthemum over there. Using a crack grenade, correct?
Yes.
Alright, so you need 5s to hit, sir. Don't forget your ammo roll. Ammo die.
Where are we? Thank you, Ian. They need to be all different colors. There we go.
Using 5. Oh, it's a miss. Nothing.
Boo.
Rose Red over here is going to charge into Malbex and probably end up getting there just with your speed alone. So, charge roll, and she's in. So she goes in there, steps on his neck, takes him out of action. We're going to need another lasting injury roll for him.
Yeah.
And she's going to reposition 2 inches as well. Back towards the gang thing there. Lasting injury roll, here we go. 36. We'll see what that is. So, Malbex goes into recovery with a grievous injury. Our Jack over here is going to be Darren's next activation. What are you doing with him?
He's going to move and shoot.
Move and shoot? Oh, that's where are you moving him to?
He's going back
down to the corner.
corner.
Moves there like so, just so he can get a bead on said Juve over there. Definitely in range there to hit her with scatter shot right there. Alright, so we need a d6 roll here in a second. Let's see how many times you hit her with scatter shot. 6 again. Oh my goodness. So I think Arjak is going to be my favorite
As long as
character on
she
this.
doesn't die, I'm happy with Daisy did. So.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
getting the MVP award.
Needing 5s to wound, sir. 5s to wound. Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
there's 3 more.
again.
Oh, okay.
Three
Needing
hits.
3 injury rolls to see what happens to. Is it Daisy back there?
That is Daisy.
Oh, is she gonna be
All black ones.
pulling up some daisies here in a second?
Let's see what happens here.
3 seriously injured somehow. Oh my goodness, that is not good. Ian, your next activation is going to be
Chrysanthemum is going to activate, and she's going to aim and shoot at No Nuts.
at No Nuts over there, who she shot off a building already once. So let's see what happens. Okay, so you need normally a 4+ to hit, correct?
Mm-hmm.
But
This is going to be a 2-up.
okay, so because of
aiming and shooting and
Okay.
close range.
awesome, so you hit. You need an ammo roll though, which it's a las gun, so 2+. I was gonna laugh if it was 1. Roll the wounds, so needing 5s. No, but he is pinned again.
Now, do I roll for my...
Pukes is gonna be Darren's first activation. What are you gonna do with him?
He's going to move, then
He's
shoot.
5 inches. We'll see where he moves to. Moving up right there,
Sure.
like so. And then you're going to shoot.
Yes.
Who are you going to shoot? Belladonna over here?
Yeah.
Alright. Pukes needs 6 to hit with his stub gun.
Want
And
bullets too?
yes, please. Can he do it? No, it's a miss. Next activation for Ian is going to be Belladonna. Retaliate.
Oh,
Yeah.
She's moving up, and she's squirting through the window there.
Squirting through that gap. Alright, needing...
No, it's definitely...
It's definitely in. You're in. So, need to roll higher than his toughness with your gas weapon. Or equal to. That's higher. And so now he is wounded, I believe. No saves in any type, so here's the injury roll. See what happens to Pukes. He's just flesh wounded. And he's not pinned. So over here, Iron Jawz is going to activate next. And what are you going to do with him?
We're just going to double move him.
Alright, we'll see what happens to him. So Iron Jawz is just wanting to tuck tail and hide in the corner. I think he's following in the footsteps of Billy the Kid.
Yeah.
And so he stays there and ends his activation. Ian's next activation is going to be Pansy.
She's going to stand,
Okay.
and she's going to shoot back.
At Fen, I'm assuming, who's
Yes.
in the open. Well, might be partial cover because of the pipes I noted
Should
though.
have just used this.
No cover to Fen, so you need to hit on 4s, I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm.
Right. It's a 1.
That's a
And
one.
an ammo.
Ammo.
And it's a 1! It's a las gun, that's out of ammo! What? Violet over here is going to be the last activation for this round. He's going to do a double move. Alright, moving all the way down. So she ends her movement like so right there.
One each time.
Yeah, so we're going into the end phase, and Ian would bring in this model here, but Darren's going to choose to bottle.
I'm going to bottle it.
We have nobody that is seriously injured, except for Ian's, who needs to make a Daisy, who needs to make an injury roll. And she's still seriously injured. So, beginning the activation phase, you're going to flee with all your guys?
Yep.
Alright. Going into the post-battle sequence, first step is wrap-up, so each player checks to see whether any of their seriously injured fighters succumb to the injuries. Ian, you're the only one that has a seriously injured fighter on there, so you need to roll to see what happens. I believe it is 1 or 2, they succumb, 3+ they're fine. Yeah, they're fine with a 6. Okay, so we gotta see if, because Darren has nobody left on the battlefield, we gotta see if Ian captures any of his guys. So he needs to roll 2d6 and add the number of opposing fighters who went out of action. So that was 3 for this match. He's looking for 13 or higher, so that's a 10 in total, so nobody is captured. So going into the next portion of the post-battle sequence, there's collect income, which this is the first battle for Ian during cycle 2. So he gets credits equal to 10 times his turf size. What's your turf size?
It's 2.
So you get 20 credits. Next portion is receive rewards. So if a gang's relic was not defiled, it gains d6 times 10 credits. So both of the relics were still fine. So let's see who gets d6 times 10 credits. Darren, go ahead and roll. He gets 10 credits. Ian, let's see what you roll.
That was a 1.
You get 30 credits.
I'll take it.
So, going up next is turf. If a gang had fighters on the battlefield at the end of the battle, they steal D3 turf from the other gang. What's your turf size right now? 1? I don't think you can go below 0, so
I just steal 1.
I don't
But
even
if
know.
you steal my turf...
We'll double check. We'll check. So Ian goes up to 3 turf because Darren loses his one and only turf that he had. Yeah, because there's no minus to or no minimum amount for your turf size. So Ian, after this match, his leader is sitting at 7 experience. What else? Who else has what?
Violet has 3. Tulip has 4.
Okay.
Belladonna has 5.
Nice.
Iris, Hyacinth, Chrysanthemum all have 3.
Yep.
Daisy has 4.
Wow.
Pansy has 2 and Buttercup has 1.
Nice. Darren, what's your experience at?
Iron Jawz, my leader, is 5.
Nice.
Thor, who will be coming back the next round, will be at 4.
Okay.
So he did not gain. Karok at 3.
Yep.
And he will be out. Pukes at 3.
Nice.
And continues to show up. I don't know why. Arjack is now sitting at 6, which is awesome.
So he'll be leveling up.
He's got to level up. Raditz at 5.
Okay.
No Nuts at 2. I don't know where he got 2 of them. He's supposed to have no nuts.
Yes.
Melbex at 1.
Okay.
And Fen at 4.
Nice. So going into the reputation, both Ian and Darren haven't played each other yet throughout this campaign, so they both gain reputation from that. Neither relic was defiled, so nobody gains or loses reputation that way. And then nobody has over 100 gang credit rating over their opponents, so there's none there. But Darren does lose 1 reputation from bottling out. Ian's turf went up by 1, so he might get a special turf. So what he does is roll this a d6, adds 1 to it, and if he gets 7 or more, he gets a special territory. Oh, that's a 3, so nothing. Ian here has decided not to save Iris and let her die. And so he's not going to send, as part of post-battle actions, any of his champions out to the medical doctor to save her. All 3 of Ian's champions are going to work the turf, so he gets 3d6 times 10 credits, a d6 per champion working the turf. Alright, so he gets 90 credits. That's not that good of a roll. Darren's going to work the turf with Iron Jawz. He's going to get d6 times 10 credits.
Let's get it on the table. Or in the
box.
ring.
30 more credits going towards Darren. So Iris is going to be changed to Lily, and then she's going to be given a shotgun still.
A shotgun and pick up a las gun as well, which will increase her to 85 points.
Alright, sounds good. And what have you decided to do with the rest of your credits then?
I'm going to buy another ganger with a las gun for 55 credits.
For 55 credits? That's insanely cheap. I like it. Terrible, but I like it. Aaron, you spent your 30 credits that you earned buying 2 las guns, correct?
Yes, please.
Who are you going to give them to?
We're going to give it to my leader, Iron Jawz.
Okay, so that's his 3rd weapon.
Okay, and I believe I'm going to give it to Karok, my champion.
Alright, and that's his 3rd weapon as well. Okay. So Darren here has a guy that gains 6 experience. Usually you would do the advancements not at the beginning of the game, but we're just going to do it now. So grab 2d6. This is for Arjack. Who's the guy that has a grenade launcher and shotgun. He likes to take people out, both in our last match between Darren and I, and now I guess between Ian and Darren as well. So roll 2d6 for me there, Darren.
Here we go.
7. Either +1 to the fighter's movement or improve their initiative by +1. So you can get rid of his hobbledness.
Let's get him to stop hobbling.
Alright, he's no longer hobbling because he gets +1 to his movement. Here we are, guys, with the after-action report. You just saw the match between Ian and his Palatine Queens up against the Slag Jawz. I almost had a brain fart. I did have a brain fart. There was no. I farted a lot. I fart a lot. So, Darren, what was your thoughts on that match?
You fart a lot.
Ian, what are your thoughts on that match? Flatulence.
Yeah. there was some gas attacks, definitely.
Yes, there was definitely some gas attacks. What happened with that? You took some guys out with them?
The gas was relatively ineffective, but Toxin was amazing.
Was very, very good, actually. So the Palatine Queens continue their victory streak and are a major contender in this campaign. I want to take them out.
Sadly, we lost Iris, but we got somebody better.
That's right.
Iris is not pulling her weight.
No. So that you cut the iris at her stem. Darren, you're sitting at what for gang rating now?
240. 1240.
240. Yes, I got one model. And Ian, you're sitting at.
I'm an even 1300 right
which they're both still higher than I am. I'll have to get another match in with somebody sometime soon. Good game.
Good game.
Thank you for coming out and playing.
That was
Darren, good game.
That was a good one.
Yeah. And guys, thank you for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, ignite your hobby.